What's up, Night Owl? Steely here, back with another video, and today we're going to be starting our Candlekeep Mysteries series with the appendix. One of the biggest criticisms that I've seen online from reviews of Candlekeep is that it doesn't have an appendix in the back of the book. You kind of have to just go to the chapters where those stat blocks are. So I thought I would organize all of the monsters alphabetically and all of the magic items and go ahead and create a video appendix for you guys to reference, and I'll put timestamps in the description so you guys can reference specific monsters that you're looking for. I know it's not a physical appendix like in the back of the book or that you could print out, but it's something. It's a video. I know I would prefer a physical sheet, but it's a video reference. You guys can use the description to jump to the monster that you want, and let's get to it. In order to keep this video's length reasonable, I'm just going to flash the stat block on the screen and give a brief description as well as where to find the object or creature in the book. To start with, we have the animated Broom, which is a simple small construct CR quarter, and it appears in the very first chapter, The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces. Next, we have the animated chain library, which is 3 shelves connected to a desk, and all of the books are chained to those shelves. This large construct also appears in The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces, which is the first chapter. Arrant Quill is a charismatic bard who is held prisoner at Wisteria Vale, and he appears in the story The Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale. Bak Mei was an old monk who turned to the dark arts and eventually was excommunicated from his monastery, and him and his followers started the Order of the Immortal Lotus. Bak Mei appears in the Book of Inner Alchemy. The Canopic Golems appear in the chapter The Canopic Being, and they're formed from a mummy lord's organs that have been transported into humanoids, and they are under the control of the mummy lord. The Cloud Giant Ghost haunt the Cloud Giant Keep, which appears in the chapter Zekron's Zephyrian Tome. Constructed commoners populate the plane of Wisteria Vale, and they don't feel pain or bleed, and if they're reduced to 0 hit points, their true form is shown, which is just a wooden mannequin. The next day, the demi-plane actually creates a new construct in order to take the commoner's place. Constructed commoners appear in The Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale. The corrupted avatar of Lurue is a corrupted unicorn, and it appears in the Lore of Lurue chapter. The Gingwatzim is a 3-foot diameter sphere of ectoplasm, which is created by magic using the spiritual essence of the ethereal plane. This creature appears in the 2nd chapter, Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. The Grippli are small humanoid frog people that appear in the chapter The Book of Cylinders. The Immortal Lotus monks are the students that make up the Temple of the Immortal Lotus, and they appear in the chapter The Book of Inner Alchemy. The Jade Tigress is also a member of the Immortal Lotus monks, and she's also in the chapter The Book of Inner Alchemy. A Skitterwidget is a construct that bears a passing resemblance to a dog-headed cockroach. It gives birth to the Kiddywidgets, and both of these creatures appear in the Candlekeep Deconstruction chapter. A Lichen Lich looks like a skeleton covered in mushrooms, and is the result of a druid becoming a lich. Druids can become liches too. This creature appears in the final chapter, Xanthoria. Miirym is the ghost of a silver dragon who broke into Candlekeep 1500 years ago and was bound to Candlekeep by a wizard forced to take care of Candlekeep. Over time, the wizard eventually died, and so did the dragon, and now her ghost haunts the underbelly of Candlekeep. Nintra Siotta is a chaotic evil archfey that was exiled from the Gloaming Court, and she appears as a 9-foot-tall humanoid shrouded in darkness and smoky glass. Nintra appears in the chapter The Scrivener's Tale. The Sage and the Master Sage are the stat blocks that are used by most of the Avowed, which makes up a majority of Candlekeep itself. Shemshime is the malevolent spirit that appears in the children's book Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme. The Steel Crane is yet another member of the Immortal Lotus that appears in the Book of Inner Alchemy. The Storm Giant skeleton Helmdar was sent to kill 2 Frost Giants for stealing the Horn of Blasting. Once he recovered the horn, he was killed and then animated to guard a lair in Alcazar's appendix. The swarm of animated books appears in the very first chapter, The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces. And finally, the Wereraven is a brand new form of lycanthropy, and it appears in the Book of the Raven. Now let's move on to the magic items, the first being the Gloves of Soul Catching. These gloves are in the chapter The Book of Inner Alchemy, and they set your constitution score to 20, and they also make your unarmed strikes hit harder, and they can heal you or give you advantage on a roll until the end of your next turn. The Nether Scroll of Azumar appears in the chapter Alcazar's Appendix, and if you spend 30 days reading this scroll, your intelligence will go up by 2. You'll get advantage on saving throws against spells, and you'll get command of a stone golem. The Orcus Figurine appears in the Book of the Raven, and it gives undead within 30 feet of the figurine turn immunity, And you also have a chance to summon an avatar of Orcus, which has the Wraith stat block, while you're praying to Orcus using the statue. Radiance appears in the chapter The Price of Beauty, and it's a +1 wand of the War Mage that also gives the wielder the ability to cast Enhance ability once a day. Serpent Scale Armor appears in the Book of Cylinders, and it's a set of scale mail armor that allows you to apply your full dexterity bonus to your armor class. Serpent's Fang also appears in the chapter Book of Cylinders, and it's a long sword that does an extra D10 poison damage to anyone hit by it. The Staff of Fate is a +3 staff with 6 charges, and it allows you to expend 1 charge to give you or somebody a D4 that they can spend on attack, damage, saving throws, or ability checks. This staff appears in the chapter The Canopic Being. Stonky's Ring is a ring of telekinesis that also gives you the ability to command Skitterwidgets, and this appears in the chapter Candlekeep Deconstruction. The Watchful Helm also appears in the Canopic Being, and it gives you a +1 to your AC. It makes you fully aware of your surroundings even when you're asleep, and you can cast the invisibility from it. And that's it for my concise list of all the monsters and magic items in the new book, Candlekeep Mysteries. I hope that I gave enough information. I know the descriptions were really brief, but I wanted to keep the video length reasonable and just kind of show you what the magic item does. Maybe you pause the video and reference it. I just wanted a simple reference video for DMs out there who want an appendix. Again, a physical appendix would have been better, but this was the only way that I could think of to go about it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know how YouTube works. Hit those buttons, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Candlekeep Mysteries. What you think of Candlekeep Mysteries so far. I know it just came out, or at least at the time of recording, it just came out. I haven't had a chance to really read through it and see what it's all about. Make sure you look forward to those videos, and if you want to be a part of this D&D community, make sure you join the Discord, link in the description. Come by, ask questions, let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you at sundown.